Okay, and apparently I ran over a minute, but it was like just straight in the sweet spot. Next is Damien Cavaillés. Cavaillés?
Cavaillès. Cavaillès. It's like Spanish.
Is it? That's a Catalan name.
It's Catalan name, right? French Catalan.
Yes.
You got it right. Nice.
Nice to be meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
You're the CEO at We Love Devs, and you'll be talking about what makes developers happy in 2021. I always love a trend talk, and especially now in today's Corona age, like there's a lot of really interesting trends, and everything is up for grabs. So I'm really curious what you're going to be talking about and how we can apply that to API documentation and better developer portals for our communities.
Right, thank you.
Take it away, Damien.
Nice. So yeah, I'm Damien. I'm CEO of We Love Devs. If you know, I never heard about We Love Devs, that's because we are well known in France, especially. We are the leading job board, the main job board for IT professionals. Right now, there is 20,000 people who used We Love Devs to change their job last year, and we are mainly focused on helping people foster a happier way of life, an happier work life mainly. That's why we have been working on a kind of study. We call that l'enquête in French, and this study is about what makes developers happy in 2021. We have a testimonial collection that is anonymous, and many people answer a set of questions that I will introduce to you later to understand if their own job makes them happy or not. And actually, the set of questions is built in a way that you can, at the end of it, appreciate more your own job right now, okay? I do a debrief with the Twitch community every week about testimonials we got on it, and I also invite special guests on a one-to-one podcast, a very long podcast, or over talk shows on YouTube, so we can go deeper on those questions and get specific insights about what makes developers happy. It's not only about developers, it's about all the IT professionals. You can have software engineer to be happy if the ops are not happy, if the product owner is not happy, if the business people are not happy about what we built. I think we all aim to we are all on the same boat, and we all want to be, at the end of the day, have a productive business that deliver value to customers, and that makes us happy. Is it okay? I'm reading the comment all over the session, so if you have any question, I will take the time to answer them between slides. I'm totally okay with this. Okay, next slide. We can't make. We need to make the study because there is no silver bullet, and even if there is 10 people out of us working at We Love Devs, we only have one point of view of the answer, and the study is helping us to get multiple point of view and to get out of our comfort zone. The fact is that many people are thinking the question with this golden triangle of hiring. When you reach for a person, for a professional, you want to have him change his job. This is the following triangles that the hiring professional is going to use. First is money. Most people are okay to change the job to earn more money. Okay, and you will see those people who wear costumes on LinkedIn. They are very. They are looking for consideration for money composition, so they are looking to have a perceived value that's great. Okay. Location. Those people on LinkedIn, they have a kayak with them on the pictures. They are doing outdoor sports. Okay, they don't want to live inside of Paris. They want to live in Switzerland, for example, and you straight away know them. And the last angle of the triangle is job, and this is unclear to me. This is unclear to many professionals. What is a good job? Okay, that's why we developed 8 questions to go further than only this job. This is what we call l'enquête de We Love Devs, and this is the test of Damien. I'm Damien, this is my test. And here are the following questions we are introducing, okay? You can see the location is the first question, and the money, the compensation is the last question, okay? But in between, we introduced 8 questions about your job as an IT professional. Is it interesting? Is it fostering? Do you have the resources to achieve high quality works? Do you have are you satisfied with the impact of what you're building and the connection you have with end users, for example? All those questions, we ask them to the community and to the people, but the people answer different things. And that's what I'm going to debrief to you today. Is it cool? Yes, I'm making call to action, but nothing's going to answer. Nobody's going to answer because you... Yeah. So what I've learned so far, what have we learned so far? First of all, the first thing when we ask two people if you had to change only one thing in their job, the first thing is money, but it's only 25% of the answers. Like resources to achieve quality, means to achieve quality are the second things, and the job location is only the third things. While we feel like people are only talking about it, but there's many other things, and at the end of the day. You can see the last things that people care about. I would like to change are caring, that having a caring environment, diversity and inclusion, and the confirmation bias. Confirmation bias, how to explain that, is when you have a team with people doing Scala in a room, and they think that Scala is great, and that people doing PHP in the other room are shitty people. And in the other room, they are doing PHP, and they think PHP is great for everything, and that the people doing Scala are shitty people. And they don't talk to each other. This is tunnel vision. This is confirmation bias. We like it, actually, I think. I will come back to this. The first topic I want to go on it is care. I didn't translate that. Care is the last entry when I ask people what they would like to change if they had to change only one thing. But care is the first thing that come out from the interviews when I ask people if what was the last thing they would change in their job. Like what would you keep absolutely in their job? And since I'm interviewing only people that are happy with their job, they all have care in their job. They all have a caring environment, okay? So what is a caring environment and how to foster your environment to make it more caring, okay? First thing is making mistakes is okay. Be hard with the code, be hard with the hardware, but be nice and be soft with the people, okay? We have to be kind with each other because at the end of the day, if the problem is not solved, the people have to solve it. And if you have been hard with the people, they won't solve anything. The first thing. You can learn nonviolent communication. It's something that have been fostered by a PhD person called Marshall Rosenberg. It's a psy guy from the US that states that most words are hurting and harming people. That you can make an effort to adopt a language that is less hurting people, less harming people, okay? You can choose your word, you can care about your word, you can pick your word wisely. You can also watch the speech around you and look for the violence in it. And you will see it more and more and be more and more sensitive about it. And you will be more caring in your own way to express them. Also mind to not express value-based judgment. We do it on a daily basis if we don't care about not doing it, so make sure you care. Example, tomorrow you can say, rather than saying he is not able to make a proper pull request, you will be telling to this person, hey, I would like to see how I like to make my own pull request. Okay, cool, be caring, be supportive, support the people around you. The second thing is the art of building a relationship. Most of the people tell that they're happy because the 5 or 10 people they work with on a daily basis are amazing. If you want to, but sometimes you don't even know anything about them outside of the job, okay? Take the time to do it. There is a book about it. It's called Radical Candor, and they propose a framework called Care Personally on the Y-axis, and on the X-axis there is challenge directly. And most people will work with persons that make feedback on a regular basis because you know where you are. But if you don't establish that you care about the person outside of the work, it's going to be aggressive, okay? So it's not going to be constructive. So make sure you build a relationship first that both person thinks that the other person is an estimable, valuable, great person, that you want your coworker to be happy in their own life, okay? Then you can make feedback and make critics about the job, okay? Tomorrow you can start. So you can first buy the book, but you don't have to. You can just take 45 minutes with someone you like, someone you work with, and try to learn more about what they are doing outside of the day-to-day work. Okay. Start making feedback on a daily basis. People will get used to it. They will learn to drive feedback if they don't like the way you're doing it, and learn to speak about you outside of work. If you're not comfortable with it, make baby steps. It's going to be more and more comfortable, because if you're not comfortable to talk about you outside of your work today, mostly it's because you don't have the relationship and you're not sure people care about you outside of work. So if you make baby steps and people around you start to do it, you will be more and more comfortable. Is that okay? I added Ricard because Ricard is a sponsor, and I like Ricard. But I usually just stay to drink or a beer, because I live in north of France and there is a lot of beer. Take the blame culture outside. Okay, so the blame culture. We are so used to have it in the room or not that we don't even see it anymore. The blame culture is when you just get used to blame the people who have been breaking the production, breaking environment. When people outside of your comfort zone, like about the zone you control, makes something break inside of your zone, okay? And we are so used to have IT people that are like support people, like general service for the company, and to blame them when we can't work. Even us as an IT professional, we got used to do it. Okay, so like this is a dry run, this is a test. There is a major outage at Amazon. What is your reaction right now? No, I don't have any question, Christophe. Everything's okay. This is a moment you can react. Okay, how do you react when there is an outage for AWS or something like these providers? I see you have your hands busy, so you can't write an answer. And I will give you a few good answers, okay? A good answer where send support to AWS people. Like sending, tweeting that AWS is shit or people working at AWS is shit is not constructive and not a solution. This is blame culture. Making joke about there is an intern at AWS that has been breaking production. That's also blame culture. Don't do this. If you have cloud or support ops team in your team or in your company, support them. Maybe they don't need any support. They need to stay focused. Bring them coffee. Bring them cookies so they can fix the production. And keep calm and follow the DRP. There is a DRP. Every situation has a solution. No need to urge. No need to blame people. Is it cool? Yes, I'm fine. Last statement is to offer safe space in your company. When you have only one, you have only one expression space that is mixity. Yes, when there is only one space that is mixity, not everybody is comfortable with making statement or talking about them in this space. So you have to offer safe space so people can talk together and realize that some behavior are not regular. Okay, so you have to offer safe space and build safeguards also. So you have to be able to. You have to be, how to say, like even if the CEO is bullying people in the company, there should be a safeguard so the employees can report this safely. Okay, I know this is hard to say, this is hard to understand. You have to do it. Remuneration, salary, compensation. This is the time we talk about it. So the people answering the study, they earn on average salary 50,000 euros. This is very hard. When we ask to developers to the software engineers that subscribe on Will of Devs, they register on Will of Devs, we ask them what is their target salary, okay? And the target salary is around 38,000 euros. That means the people that answer the study are people who get more money on a regular basis, and this is normal. This is a normal study bias, because most people answering a study are already earning a lot of money. If you are not earning a lot of money, you will wait later to answer a study. So first of all, don't get bad about reading a salary study, and that makes you feel like you are underpaid. Most salary study are overpaid. and doesn't feel like your salary is what you are worth. Okay, your salary is defined by the value you are creating in the company. And for example, you can be in a team or on a product that have more budget. Okay, and I can have a larger salary, a bigger salary in this team. But that doesn't mean like I'm a better person. I worth more as a person. That means that this project is more valuable to the company right now and I have more budget. Okay, but tomorrow this company like this project can have less budget. Okay, go. If you want to make good decisions in your career, you should learn about financial management. When I was at school, at the engineering school, there was a financial management course, and I didn't took it. I took it later by reading this book. This book is Financial Intelligence for IT Professionals. What you really need to know about the number. So, it's very comfortable to read. It's more like built like a handbook, and every example that illustrates every point of the financial aspect is made with an example from IT. So it was easy for me to understand everything. Starting tomorrow, you can ask for your rate if you are in a consulting company, or ask for the budgets if you are working at the client company. Also consider business value before implementing. For most of the time we start implementing and we do estimation about the work it's going to take to make the feature. We should think about what is the business value first, then estimate, then do the work, okay? And also learn how the decisions are made in your company. Start asking questions to make it simple. What is this project forecast? How much have we spent on this API? Who's the manager of David that is working with us for a long time now? Ask questions. And this goes with IT governance. Most companies have an unclear IT governance because nobody is handling that properly, and you can have multiple sponsors fighting each other, and that's when you have politics actually. So you need to understand where is the big picture. This is testimonials from the study, and you will read that most people have mixed feelings about hiring subcontractors or consultants. Also, the make or buy strategy is always unclear, but working on it and involving people in it makes people feel more considered. Having a product culture also is something hard for most companies. Most companies have a project culture. They have budgets for the projects, not for the product. So these are all the topics you want to work on, and you want to involve as much people you can in understanding and building this big picture for the company. Okay, and that will make people more happy at your company. If you want to learn more about IT governance, this book, The Advent of an IT Leader, is very great. I read it when I was a youngster. There is a new version now that involves negotiating with a cloud vendor. Very interesting if you're in API. And if you want to start from scratch tomorrow, first of all, identify who are the decision makers. Most of the time, they are actually very easy to reach, but we just don't do it because we think we shouldn't, but you can and you should. Understand what are the vendors at stake. Most of the time we are focusing on the tools. Like we like MongoDB, we like Elasticsearch, but we don't understand what are the plans of this company. We don't understand what is the commercial relationship between our company and this company, and we have to work on it. Hi, Christophe.
Hi, time's up.
Time's up.
Time's up. But
follow it. People want to do TDD and inner source, remote working, and that's all.
So I'm trying to find the link to API documentation and
to API documentation.
Yes.
Having a good documentation makes people more happy, definitely.
Yes, everything makes everybody happy. But no, I seriously, I love the shout out for nonviolent communication. That's solid stuff. There's a lot of really. I warmly recommend that for anybody who hasn't looked at that methodology yet. It changes everything. Mm-hmm. But how? I'm just trying to find out, like, what is
when you are building an API, you have to talk with people. You have to build a common set of words you are going to use around the API, about the business the API is going to serve. And being non-violent, and if you have to deploy your API and you have to talk with several teams that are working with this API, make sure you are not breaking things. Being a nice person makes it very, very easier to deploy code in production.
But non-violent communication is not about being nice. It's about the Dutch translation for it is actually more apt, I think. In Dutch, they call it verbindende communicatie, which means connecting communication.
Yeah.
Because to some extent, it's about going into conflicts. It's not just accepting what people say, but actually figuring out what their needs are, rather than just following their strategy.
So if you have deployed your application and that this application is broken because an API you are working with is not deployed in the way you were expecting, you want this other team to deploy the latest version of this API. If you go to them and say them, hey, this is shit, my application is broken because of you, they aren't going to help you because you are using violent communication. I'm sure if you want to get people, get things out of people, using a non-violent communication is a better way to achieve.
But how do you turn that into actionable advice for people that are building, that are trying to publish documentation about APIs? How do you? Is there a trend that you've seen, because of 2020? That's are the people that are in the audience that are looking to communicate better about APIs can use to improve their communication?
What I've seen first of all is most of the API management team have been managing the API with KPI of SLA, something like this, performance KPI. But once they set up new OKRs, business things they want to achieve with the API, they start going beyond the documentation, talk to the user of the API, understand what they are building with it, and then they improve the documentation and build other kind of formation. And what I've seen is that people starting to set up this culture in their API teams. The teams end up spending 50% of their time coding and 50% of their time working with the people using the API. While before they were monitoring and launching new features. Actually, if this is something you want to change, you want the API people to talk with the end users.
So basically, that because of the disconnection, the general societal disconnection that's happening because of COVID, that's connecting with your audience is even more important now. And that's an interesting takeaway. I think that's very useful.
I like there was a conference earlier this morning by a guy from Pernod Ricard, and he had a slide with every people and their connection, their role in the company, and it was like a party, a cocktail party. I was like, yeah, this is what it should look like in a company. You should be able to reach any person and in a friendly way.
Very cool. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for taking the time to present to us and to prepare, and for sharing with us what you've learned. And I hope to see you soon at some future events. Yeah. Thank you, Damien.